Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, I'll show you how to crochet this beautiful stitch pattern. It's perfect for spring and summer projects. With a light and breathable texture. It looks elegant, but it's actually very easy to make. To create this pattern, you'll need an even number of chains. Keep in mind that this stitch does not stretch or expand. So the width will remain the same as your starting chain, so make sure to chain to your desired width. And just be careful to keep the number of chains even. Now we're starting the first row. Make a single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and continue working single crochet across the entire row. This stitch is great for a variety of projects like blankets, shawls, and vests. Even though it looks detailed and elegant, it's actually very simple to work, which makes it perfect for beginners. Once you get used to the repeat, you'll see how relaxing and enjoyable it is to crochet. We've finished the first row with single crochet, and now we're moving on to the second row. Start by chaining 1, then make a single crochet into the first stitch, chain 1. Skip the next stitch and make a single crochet into the following stitch. Repeat this sequence, chain 1, skip 1 stitch and single crochet into the next stitch, all the way to the end of the row. If you're enjoying this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's completely free and really supports me. You can also like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Your support truly helps my channel grow, so thank you so much for being here. This pattern is built on a 5-reel foundation. The first 5 rows are worked slightly differently to establish the structure of the pattern. After completing these 5 rows, the pattern continues by repeating rows 4 and 5 for the rest of the project. We've finished the second row, and now we're starting the third row, chain 3 to begin. In this row, we'll be working into the chain spaces we created in the previous row, making X-shaped stitches. So first, identify those spaces, then work your stitches into each space across the row. After identifying the chain spaces, skip the first space and work a double crochet into the second space, chain 1. Then go back to the skipped space and make 1 double crochet. This creates the X-shaped stitch. Repeat this process across the entire row. Let me show you one more time. Skip the next space and make a double crochet into the following space, chain 1. Then go back and work a double crochet into the skipped space, and that creates another X-shaped stitch. Continue repeating this until you reach the end of the row. However, we'll do something slightly different at the very end. Let's crochet up to that point, and I'll show you exactly what to do there, so make sure to pay close attention. We've completed our X-shaped stitches across the row. Now, to keep the edge neat and even, we'll make 1 double crochet at the very end. It's important to place this stitch correctly. so pay close attention to where you insert your hook. We've finished the third row, and now we're moving on to the fourth row. This row is very important because from this point on, the pattern will continue by repeating rows 4 and 5. Start by chaining 3. Now we need to identify where to place our stitches. In the previous row, we created X-shaped stitches. We'll be working into the center of each X, the chain space between the two stitches. Into each of these spaces, make a V-stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 double crochet. Repeat this across the entire row. Let me show you again. Work 1 double crochet into the top center of the X, then chain 1, and make another double crochet into the same space. This creates the V-stitch. Continue this across the entire row. Continue working the V-stitches across the row until you reach the end, at the very last stitch. We'll do something slightly different to keep the edge neat and even, so stay with me and watch carefully. You don't want to miss this part. Now we've reached the final part. Here, the most important thing to pay attention to is the edge stitch, because this is where many people make mistakes, and it affects how neat your edges look. We'll make 1 double crochet here, but the exact placement is very important. So watch carefully where I insert my hook. We've finished the 4th row, and now we're moving on to the 5th row. This row is just as important as the 4th, because from this point on, the pattern will continue by repeating rows 4 and 5. So make sure you understand and remember this row well. Start this row by chaining 3. In this row, we'll be making X-shaped stitches again. However, unlike the 3rd row, the placement of the X stitches will be different, so this is not a repeat of that row. We'll be working the X stitches around each V-stitch first. Skip the space at the beginning of the V-stitch. Do not work into the center. Instead, make a double crochet into the space right after the V-stitch. Chain 1. Then go back and work a double crochet into the space at the beginning of the V-stitch. This creates the X-shaped stitch. Let me explain it one more time. For each V-stitch, we'll work around it by placing double crochets on both sides. Make a double crochet into the stitch after the V-stitch. Chain 1, then go back and make a double crochet into the space at the beginning of the V-stitch. This creates the X-shaped stitch, and you'll repeat this across the row. When you reach the end of the row, stay with me. I'll show you an important detail to keep your edges neat and even. We've reached the end of the 5th row. This is where many people get confused, especially about whether to make the final X stitch around the last V-stitch. Yes, you should still make the X stitch at the edge of the last V-stitch, just like before. After that, to keep the edge neat and even, make 1 final double crochet. Pay very close attention to where I place this last stitch, because the placement is very important for a clean edge. Now we've completed the first 5 rows. These 5 rows form the foundation of the pattern. From this point on, the pattern continues by repeating rows 4 and 5. If you're still unsure, I'll show you one more row. The 6th row is simply a repeat of the 4th row. For the 6th row, just like in the 4th row, start by chaining 3, then work V-stitches into the top center of each X. First, identify where to place your stitches. We'll be working into the center of each X, into the top of the first X. Make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then make another double crochet into the same space. Continue this across the entire row. This completes the 6th row, which, as a reminder, is a repeat of the 4th row. From here, the next row will be a repeat of the 5th row. Now, I'm really curious, what would you make with this stitch when you look at this pattern? What kind of project comes to your mind? A blanket, a shawl, a vest, or something completely different? Share your ideas and thoughts in the comments. I'd love to see what you come up with. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps support my channel and means a lot to me. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments as well. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.